Hello, folks. It's been a while. Everything has been just a little crazy with the getting everything together for the green screen, which you can see behind me is starting to come together finally, and the new lighting system, which is hopefully, when it's fully set up, going to stop me from being washed out. Um, and the zillion other things that I've been working on and getting ready. And I think we're almost there. I will tell you that I did not think that it would take this much work. I really did not. I am slightly overwhelmed. Um, okay, I'm very overwhelmed. There's video editing software to deal with. There's lighting to deal with. There's green screen technology to deal with. There's how do you deal with the natural light coming in through the window and not the dark. It's just everything is so insane. It kind of grew, and that wasn't what I originally intended, but I don't think it's a bad thing. So I'm going with it, and that's fine. But anyway, I'm here. The garden has been coming along apace. I have peas that are yay big, and I have beans that are coming up and starting to go up their poles, and I have uh, eggplant coming up, and cabbage galore, and turnips, and carrots, and beets, and radishes, and herbs all over the place. So the garden is looking really good, and I need to do a tour. I had originally done a tour back when things were just kind of empty, but it really didn't look good because of how I did it. Like I said, I'm still learning the technology aspect of a lot of this. So I decided that I really needed to finish working on it and get it fixed up properly. And then I would do another tour. And besides which, you guys want to see the garden in all its glory. It's not very interesting just seeing an empty garden, right? I don't think an empty garden is all that exciting. A garden full of yummy things growing is much better. So that's what you're going to get. I will say that not having done Renfairs this year, while that's terribly disappointing and saddening, has left me with a lot more time on my hands to do stuff like this. My hope is that once it's all set up and everything is sort of rolling, that it will maintain itself with minimal input on my part. I mean, once the studio is set up, then it's set up. Once I have the mics in place, then they're in place, and things should just be functional rather than having to struggle with them. And that means that even when I start to get busy in the fall, if we start having events again, I should still be able to do all this stuff. However, it does mean I have not done a Monday video in 2 or 3 weeks, and I feel horribly guilty. So I wanted to give a writing update. For those of you who are still hanging on, waiting for the second Taylor Mage novel to come out, your wait is almost over. We've had an uptick in finances. The cover will be paid for, and then the book will be coming out. And I have to really put out a big thank you to Starla Hutchin, because she's put up with almost a year of waiting to get paid on this. She's been so patient with me. It's definitely not her fault. She has been 110% professional. Not that I haven't been a professional, but I've been really tired and running around doing stuff. So, anyway, I have found that in the past few weeks, I've been watching my grandson, and my sister's been working from home because she's a teacher. So she took over this room, which was my sewing room, and is now my studio. So I'm back to sewing in the kitchen, but that's okay. Um, but what was going on was that I haven't been able to focus. It's almost impossible for me, at least, to do editing with a 3-year-old running around, because if I want him to not pester me, which, I mean, it's reasonable for him to pester me, he's 3, but if I don't want him to pester me, I have to put on the TV, and then I touch type, so whatever I'm hearing in my ear comes out my hands. So you'd end up with a script that's basically straight out of the Twirly-woos, because that's what he's listening to right now, or possibly Robot Train. Yeah. And if I don't put that on, then he's climbing all over me and having fun and doing stuff, which, again, not a problem. He's doing what 3-year-olds do, and I love him, and I love spending the time with him. But it is definitely not conducive to working on the cookbook. I haven't touched the cookbook in a month, and I feel tremendously guilty about that. I'm trying not to beat myself up over it, because that's not helpful either. Um, so what I'm doing is arranging to go to a quiet place on Wednesdays, which is away from the house. Now, my sister's not working. She can watch the grandson, and I can go someplace quiet and get in a full, basically 7 hours of editing time on Wednesdays, and I'm thinking that 2 or 3 sessions of that ought to get me back on track and ready to go. Um, Obviously, my initial hope to get this published for May 17th did not happen, considering it's almost June 17th. However, I will say that if the virus hadn't come and I wasn't babysitting and all the things that changed, I probably would have been just fine. Um, when I have kind of quiet time, I'm able to get it done, which is good. The problem is that I'm not getting the quiet time right now. And again, nobody's fault. Everybody's been stuck at home together, jammed in like sardines. And, this has been a stressful time for everybody. People who are normally really calm, cool, and collected are stressing. So those of us who are not those things are, are doing less well. Um, some of you may know, I think I talked about it before, that I had a talk with my doctor and decided to try an antidepressant because I was not dealing very well with the stress of COVID and the 8 billion things that were going on. And so I started on generic Zoloft, and that's actually, it's helped a lot. I'm not getting enough sleep, and I'm not sure how to fix that because there are so many things to do that I can't really go to bed earlier most of the time. And I have to get up at a certain time because I have to take care of the grandkids. So, yeah, I'm trying to figure that one out because I'm not a napper, and not that it's quiet enough really to nap here anyway. So, yeah, lots of things. Everything has been crazy and busy, and that, I will say, my baking has gotten really spectacular, and you guys will get to see some of that. One of the things that I will be doing this summer is making the cooking videos. I will be doing cooking outside just as soon as I pick up all of my period camping supplies from the storage unit, which will be happening hopefully next week. My goal is to do it Monday or Tuesday. We'll see what happens, knock on wood. But once that's set up, you guys will get pre-recorded videos of me doing cooking, and I'll edit them so that, you don't have to stand around watching the bread bake for, like, and rise for 4 hours and bake for a half hour and stuff. You'll be able to do smaller, I'll chunk it up so that it's, CSI worthy. Anyway, that's kind of where we're at. I'm busy. I am going to get back on track with the uh, cookbook because it's important and I need to do that. I really want to get it out. I know there's a lot of people who've been waiting patiently for it, and I need to get it out. It's ready to be born. So that's what we're working on. And I hope that you guys are working on your own projects. You guys have a great day. Caffeinate and take care of yourselves. I love you all. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe.